kansolinga ne ngamba naye batuwadde obukulembeze naye maama bw'otunula bwe baba obwa sipiika wa paliamenti yasooka okukunumula byakunumula byonna n'atwala.
Oyo ye First Lady Bobi Yitungo Kyagulanyi ku lunaku lw'abakyala olwa bannakibiina ki National Unity Platform nga bali ku kitebe Makerere Kavule ayogera ku nsonga z'abakyala. Abakyala balina okubeera ab'omuzinzi naye kibamalamu amaanyi okulaba nti akulembedde ali mu kifo eky'olubereberye akulemberamu abakyala alina kubeera sipiika wa paalamenti kubanga mukyala embeera gy'akwatamu ebintu bye ate yeetalaga nti alumirirwa eddembe ly'abakyala. Kyewuunyisa kubanga at least ate yandibadde akulembeza nnyo abakyala kubanga yali mu kifo ekisooka naye kyannaku nti ye ensonga zikwatanga bw'alabye ewali ssente waayanguyira yokka ku nsonga eziruma abakyala tazifaako era tazoogerako. Batulina ne bannaffe abaasibwa bali mu makomera naye nga baasibwa watali musango tebasobola kuvaayo nti babalwanirire wabula bamanyi kimu nti kasita wano waliwo akasente ewali akasente nga obasirika nga baleka bakyala bannaabwe okuvundira mu makomera. Haji Setu omusomi w'edduwa tutambula naye okujjukiza nti gwe alina ebizibu eby'enjawulo nga bikuyinze weebuuzeewo okuwonera. Haji Setu omusomi w'edduwa ye ansa. Essimu ye kogenda okumufunira neri 0703 31 39 25.
Abakyala twabeeranga n'abakyala be twalabirangako edda. Nze nalabiranga ku bakyala nga Miriam Matembe, nga Winnie Byanyima, Michelle Obama bwe yajja nga buli bwayasama mba ntunula bwenti kubanga ye role model wange. Naye ennaku zino bannange simanyi awi role model enough. Abakyala abakulembeza abaana bato be balabirako awi reasonable role models. Do we qualify to be called role models? How are we going to inspire the young generation if we are not admirable? Sijja kubabuulira bye mwagala kuwulira leero. Munansonyiwa buli omu addeeka afumiitirize yeebuulirire kubanga mwenna mu buno obutebe bwe mutuddewo buli omu kummwe role w'omuntu temwefuula bizi. Kubanga olina obusobozi ng'olina ky'osobola okuyigiriza abawala abali mu kitundu ky'olimu kibayigirize kubanga enkya si kwagenda okubaawo be bagenda okubaawo. Abalina obusobozi mutuukirire abaana ab'obuwala abagezi kuba eggwanga lino lyetaaga abawala abagezi. Mubayambe mu ngeri yonna gye musobola. Akasembayo abakyala buli omu agende okutandika n'olwaleero abaako akapya ke yeeyongerako lwe tunadda nga tumanyi nti tuli of value tujja kutandika kukayanira okuweebwa ebyo ebisinga ku ekyo kye tulina olwaleero. Njagala kubyogera mu luzungu bino era tayimukipa wa wano nja musaba nsembereko wali nja byogera mu luzungu then nkole omulimu omulala gwe baŋŋambye okukola wano. It is my utmost pleasure to be here with you today. There is no better place I could be in other than this place. I am grateful to everyone that organized this event and specifically the people who invited me because I benefit from this gathering more than any of you does. Briefly, I will speak about the origin of International Women's Day and this whole celebration that happens on 8th March. The celebration began way back when women were fighting for equal rights and for better treatment at their workplaces. It started long ago in New York in about 1903, and then later in 1996, United Nations decided to formalize this day and say that women really deserve to celebrate every milestone that they overcome every single year and with a specific theme. So this year, our specific theme is invest in women, accelerate progress. Sorry, invest in women, accelerate progress. To accelerate progress, you cannot leave women behind, because whether you like it or not, we are part of the equation and you cannot ignore us. My first challenge goes to every woman who is here, and it is about adding value to self. Are we determined to elevate ourselves before we invite anybody else to help us get elevated? Are we doing enough to challenge ourselves to do better? It looks like we enjoy talking as the victims. We enjoy being treated as the victims. We enjoy to stay just wherever we are because we are not putting in any effort. I want to challenge every woman who is here today to think about themselves, challenge themselves to do something that is extra from what they do every day. I will conclude briefly. And my conclusion goes to all the women in high positions. If you have been given an opportunity to lead this country, wherever you are, we beg of you to please represent us well. Those who speak for us, those who legislate for us, those who stand in places like I am standing right now and speak to us, please represent us well, because this country and the younger generation of girls is looking up to you. My challenge goes to the top leaders. It is such a big shame that we are having a humiliation. The Baganda say, we have women who are practicing an unbelievable, extraordinary thuggery, not thinking about the very unprivileged women down here. The leaders in high positions, the ministers, the prime ministers, the vice presidents, the speakers of parliament, the members of parliament, all those big people who are supposed to be legislating for us, making laws for us, and making sure that we are secure under the law, are throwing us under the bus. I am challenging you to please be the women that we expect you to be, to protect us, to speak for us, and to be the gatekeepers of whatever trickles down to where we sit. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak to you today, and if you could allow me to please muyita mu luzungu mu Luganda. Mama Chere Mugisha ngambye muyite mu Lunyankole. Sebo mukama wanje, President witu, Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, twashemererwa munonga kuba niwaherizo. Nani nsaba nkirize ntware omugisha ogu nkweta ogambe nitwe sebo mukama wanje. Ebale munonga.
webale munongo First Lady okwiriza oba wampa ekitiinisa ky'amaanyi nnyo kandi wantiizinga nakuntiizinga sirumanyi. Thank you very much, Madam First Lady. Deputy President, Western Uganda, Madam John Mugisha, Deputy President, Northern Uganda, Dr. Lena Zedriga, the Right Honorable Leader of our Parliamentary Front, Joel Senyonyi, together with all members of Parliament, especially the women members of Parliament, our Secretary General and the entire leadership of our Secretariat, Comrade Nubiandi, our Mobilization Secretary, and the entire mobilization team, leaders at all levels, foot soldiers, the journalists, members, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you today. Today is an honorable day. Today is Women's Day, the day to celebrate our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, the most important side of humanity. I want to appreciate all of you women for turning up in large numbers. And yes, Comrade Sarah talked about it, that it's not so easy to even associate with us. As you know, they are trying as much as possible to make it abominable to be a freedom fighter or to stand for what is right. Thank you very much for being bold, for being confident, for turning up and standing with us. We don't take that for granted. We are celebrating Women's Day belatedly, 20 days later. But again, like Madam First Lady mentioned, there's always a spice when women are involved. We are thankful to the Almighty God that we are here today. We as NUP, we believe in women power. We believe in their ability. We believe not only in inclusiveness, but in equal presence. And indeed, it is our thought and firm belief that women should be represented to the level of 50% in every aspect of our party. Yes, because of a bird. Men are either the left or right, and women are either the right or left. So when one wing is broken or not as strong as the other, the bird is not going to fly perfectly. So we strongly believe that women should be represented, and indeed we are putting an idea to have women leaders from at district levels to be direct representatives in the delegates conference. I don't have so much to say to the women today other than appreciate them, and also to speak to them on my behalf and on behalf of our entire party and the struggle that we are leading, that you are such a force. The first picture that we have on our wall, the hero Thomas Sankara taught us so many years ago that a revolution without women is dead at birth. And that's very true. Every man you see here probably wouldn't be on time or wouldn't be as confident if they were not being backed by a woman. And the gentlemen, you'll agree with me, when you're growing up, you know, before you get a girlfriend, you're not as smart as you are after you get a girlfriend. And you're always punctual, you're always more responsible because you're trying to impress a woman. That is how important you are. But still again, you, the women, take the biggest part of the task in the work that we do. And when it's time to suffer, you even suffer much more than the men. So this should speak to you how important you are. We hold you in very high regard. And we don't only believe in, you know, affirmative action in respect for women as something political. We believe in it from the depths of our hearts. And even when we are fronting women, we want to front the best that there is. We don't want to be like Museveni, only picking out fudge of the women. In our government, as a national unity platform, we will pick women of value and valor. We will not pick thieves or jokers. And it's at this juncture that I want to add my voice to all the people that have spoken. To you, the women, while we hold you in very high regard, please represent the women folk in the best way they should be represented. Don't be thieves. Please don't be like Anita Mong. Don't be like Nabanja. Don't be like Nanutu. Be the women that their children will be proud to call a mother. Be a woman that your husband will be proud to call a wife. Be a woman that the nation will be proud of. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want again to give my firm confidence to the women. We believe in you, especially you, the women leaders. Have confidence to take on leadership. Challenge for these positions of leadership at every level. Challenge even the men. We shall stand by you. Mwesimbewo mujja kuwangula wadde muvuganya n'abasajja. Okulumalumamu ebigambo byange mu Luganda bassebo ne bannyabo nsanyuse nnyo okuba wano olunaku lwa leero nga tujaguza olunaku lwa bamama baffe bannyinaffe bawala baffe. Tubenyumirizaamu nnyo abakyala, tubaagala nnyo, tubawanye ekitiibwa. Mwebale ku baana bavumu na buvumu bujja kutwegatako ku lunaku nga luno. Ne mu mbeera eno ng'amagye ne poliisi bijjuddeeyo, mu mbeera eno nga bataddewo okutya okw'amaanyi okubalowoozesa nti okukwatagana naffe oba omuntu yenna okukkiriza bye tukkiririzaamu obwenkanya n'amazima n'enfuga ya demokrasi nga babifudde eri obulabe. Mwebale kuba bagumu ne mujja. Tukimanyi nti abakyala muli bagumu. Era ne Mama Winnie Mandela yatugamba nti strike a rock. Bw'okuba ku mukazi fe abasajja osobola otukba ne tugonda, naye okuba ku mukazi obanga akubye ku lwazi. Era ne Sankara n'atusomesa nti struggle yonna oba revolution yonna bwe bulamu abakyala efiira mu kuzaalibwa kwayo. So abakyala muli b'amaanyi nnyo, mwe musinga okubeera symbol of resistance. Naye ate n'ekitiibwa kyammwe kyagwira ddala wa Katonda. Tekyewuunyisa nti waliwo ba political prisoner bangi, naye icon w'aba political prisoner ye Olivia Lutaaya. Kuba alina ekitiibwa ekyenjawulo ng'omukyala. Njagala okubasaba abakyala baffe, bwe muba, era ne Facility yakyogeddeko, bwe muba nga muli bakulembeze ku level yonna yonna, temubeera nga bali. Ffe tukkiririza mu bakyala, naye era byongero kikakasa nti mu gavumenti yaffe eya NUP nga tumaze okugoba Museveni tetujja kulonda faaji mbu kubanga twagala bakyala. Tetujja kubanga Museveni, tujja kulondamu abakyala ab'omulamwa. Era nammwe mbasaba mubeere ba mulamwa, naddala mmwe ba MP, nammwe abali mu bifo by'obukulembeze. Temubeera nga Anita Mong, temubeera nga Nabbanja, temubeera nga Nandutu, temubeera babbi, temubeera balyake. Wabawo okunyigiriza omukyala yenna yenna, mwogere mubeere faamu, temubeera nga Wangadya. Mubeere faamu, mukikirire kye mukkiririzaamu basebo ne bannyabo. Mukikirire kye mukkiririzaamu. Abaana bamwe basobole okubeenyumirizaamu. Agamba oyo maama wange, omwami we agamba oyo mukyala wange, nga taliimu na kuswala. Abakyala ekitiibwa kyabaweebwa Katonda n'obugumu ne bubaweebwa, naye ate ebiseera ebisinga mwe musinga n'okubonaabona mu mbeera eno. Mwe musinga okubonaabona nga waliwo okunyigirizibwa. So twagala mumanye tubaagala nnyo, twagala mumanye tubeenyumirizaamu, n'okusingirira ddala tubalinamu essuubi lingi nnyo 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 nnyo. Finally, and this goes not only to the people here but to the entire nation and the world, you all saw how shameless General Museveni is. While the world is shocked with the glaring corruption in parliament, with the theft of taxpayers' money by Anita Mong and those under her, Museveni came out to praise her. That is the man that always pretends to be fighting corruption. But we all came to realize that indeed Museveni is abetting corruption. Mwalabye Museveni yavuddeyo nga ensi yonna emaze okwanika nitamongo ku biliyoni ne biliyoni z'omusolo zabba. Museveni yavuddeyo n'agamba munviire kwa mongo wange. Ekyo njagala kibalage nti ate tubadde nga tukyogerako muzikize n'olwaleero nkyogereko nti omuli w'enguzi nnamba emu yaani ye Museveni, abalala si bakozi be. Ekyo kibalage wawe tuli ne lwaki tulina okulwana okumuggyako. And finally, still you also a gentleman that came pretending to be a foot soldier of People Power and NUP that was paraded by Balaam. And he pretended to be speaking for us. We are not begging for our freedom because it is our constitutional right. All the people that have been killed, they were killed innocently and they must get justice. All our comrades that are in prison, they are not criminals, they are innocent. And we've been demanding for their freedom. We continue to demand for their freedom. We want freedom for Olivia Lutai.